Hello everyone, my name is Nashi, and I'm going to be going over some beginning steps you can take if you are interested in Escape from Tarkov and you want to get going and start playing, or if you just got it very recently, you're not sure how to start. Either way, you have Arena coming out very soon, and next month there's going to be a wipe, and as the time of this recording is going to be next month. So for frame of reference, in January is when the next expected wipe's going to be. So now is a good time to start because you can get your items, go lose them all, and then in less than a month, you can get them all back. But with what I'm going to be going over, you're probably not going to lose very much, if anything at all, if you follow what I'm about to say. If you follow what I'm about to say, you can get your feet wet, you can get started feeling confident before you ever even step into a live online game, live online match with your PMC. You will get some experience with that with the Scav. We'll go over that later, but just let's get into it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, welcome to Escape from Tarkov. If you're watching this, you either just got it or you're interested in getting it because you heard about Arena or something like that, or you heard it's just from somebody else, so they should try it, whatever the case may be. I'm going to try and get you just very, very basic stuff just to get started. This is my second wipe. You start out with a bunch of stuff in your stash. Actually, I should back up 1 second. You're going to start out by picking a character, either Bear or USEC. Just pick whichever. Doesn't really matter. I think down the line, BSG, the developer behind this game, has already said that you're going to have like a version of both anyway when the game releases, whenever that is. But with Arena coming out soon, it's actually looking decent. It might happen in the actual near future. Who knows, though? It might still be another year or two out. The point is, just pick one. You're going to get a stash. You're going to have items in it. It's not going to look like this. You're going to have different items. You're just going to have starting out items. It's fine. You're going to want to put on a loadout and go into the wild. And by all means, you can do this. However, I'm also going to look at this from the perspective of if I could tell myself how to start playing this game, what would I tell myself? Like, what were the things I wish I would have done knowing what I know now? And there's still plenty for me to learn about this game. But if I had to start over and I could use my experience to start over that with, what would I do? Well, I would equip a loadout where, it's like, okay, yeah, you put on a weapon, stuff like that. By the way, ignore pistols. Don't even worry about those. Don't even count pistols as weapons in this game, just primaries. Pistols don't really do a whole lot until you get different pistols down the line that you're not going to have access to anyway early on. So pistols you can equip them if you want to. If you get in a desperate situation, you run out of ammo with your main weapon, or you're in a fight and you ran out of, you empty your clip and they're still not dead, yeah, sure, pull out your pistol, at least you got a chance. But otherwise, using a pistol as your main weapon, not a good idea. Now, with that being said, yeah, go put on a weapon, stuff like that. But here's what I would recommend. When you go to this screen, I should take that off, that's just a mask. It's going to throw people off. That's the Slenderman mask. So you're going to have your PMC on your right. This is like your permanent character. This is the one that's going to gain stats you're going to gain experience with. The Scav is your temporary character. That's your go loot stuff character. It's your like, if you come from Hunt Showdown, if you're familiar with that game at all, it's your free hunter that you can go take out. And if they die, you don't really lose anything because you didn't take anything out. They come pre-equipped with weapons and stuff like that. Scavs are great for going to loot, going to learn maps. I highly recommend you start here. So one other thing before we get started with that, though, the Scavs do have their own set of stats and they do actually level over time, but your PMC is the one that you actually care about. I'm going to go to the character tab, overall, actually skills, there we go. You're going to see like endurance level 8, vitality level 4. Yeah, you do have experience, you gain levels. The thing you only care about is your main level. Like all these other stats with their various levels are very inconsequential. Like, getting strength max level means your armor doesn't have weight to it, which is OP, but that's not something you're going to really have to worry about as a new player. You only care about this, your main level, because your main level is kind of what gates off some items that you might want to get a hold of. Doing certain tasks are kind of level gated, so that's the only thing you really care about. Everything else, don't worry about it. If I was to describe this game, it's an FPS first, it's a survival game first. It's not really like an MMO leveling game. There is some leveling, there's experience, but it's an FPS game. It's a survival game. Those are what I would consider at first over any kind of MMO features. Maybe they update that later to where it's more involved. I don't know, but treat this as an FPS, kind of like survival game at first, at least. That's a better way to start off with this game. Alright, how would I actually get started? Well, your PMC, if you equipped it or not, it doesn't really matter. You're going to start with your Scav. Again, you're free hunter, you're free character. And you're going to go to factory, because you're going to learn factory first. It says easy here. Don't listen to any of these difficulties. Every single one of these is on hard mode because it's Tarkov. There is no easy mode. Just, there's a learning curve. You're going to have to accept that. If you want to play this game, it's going to be a long-term kind of like learning curve. Okay, you're going to need to take a while to learn things. The best way to start that is just go to factory, learn that map first, like how, where the exits are, where you can extract to, all that good stuff. And the nice thing with factory is that the one exit that a PMC can exit on without needing a key for other exits, the Scav can use the same exit. So you can learn that exit, as you're playing as your Scav. Now there's still danger when you play as a Scav. It's not as if you can go in there and it's like, oh, everything's fine. It's less dangerous, arguably, than playing as your PMC, although there's still danger, because there are AI Scavs in the game, and they will consider you friendly as long as you don't hurt them. So they won't shoot at you, whereas if you're a PMC, they will shoot you, and they will kill you if you don't know what you're doing. So starting out with a Scav means all the AI, except for bosses still aggro to you. All the AI that are normal will not aggro you. So let's hope I can showcase this. I'm just going to go around, and we're going to just walk around and kind of learn factory a little bit. Hopefully I don't get shot. We'll see how that goes. If it happens, whatever. It's like I said, it's a free character. Don't worry too much about it. The point is, though, is you're using this as an opportunity to learn the map with no risk to your items or inventory. There's even another way that's even lower risk, but we're just going to start with the Scav, which is because you probably want to jump into the live environment and be like, I want to get going, because that's what I wanted to do. This is how I would start out then. And then once you use your Scav, it goes on a timer. And essentially you have a cooldown. You can't use that Scav again until that cooldown is over. So in the meantime, what do? Well, you're going to use your PMC, but probably not in the way that you're imagining. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. This is going to go through matchmaking. Factory takes a couple minutes. It takes usually the shortest amount of time. It depends on your internet, depends on your specs, your PC, all that stuff, on how fast everything loads, all that stuff. I have a decent rig set up, so this isn't too bad for me. It might take you a couple extra minutes compared to what I experience. It all depends. There we go. So there's another Scav. That's another player Scav. Hopefully they don't shoot me. Yeah, player Scavs, you can't really control them too well, so, it is what it is. You can kind of take a look at this stuff. First rule, I almost forgot to mention this, you're not going to fire your weapon as a Scav. If you're completely new, just loading in here, you're not going to fire your weapon. You're going to be like, wait, what am I doing then? You're going to go do this. You're going to look around, you're going to look at these boxes, you're going to hit F to search, and you're going to look inside them. And you're gonna kind of see like, oh, these items are popping up. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, cool, I have a secondary weapon slot. I'll take that. I'll hit my 3 key. I'll bring this weapon up. Okay. It kind of went to shit there because there was a player with top tier gear just shooting at us. But that's kind of what happens sometimes. You're like, you just got done saying don't fire your weapon. Yeah, you don't fire your weapon. I saw the PMC was coming at me. I know they're a PMC. I fired my weapon. Now, if you think you can tell the difference, fine, go for it. But early on, you're probably going to make mistakes. That was the quintessential, like, Tarkov moment, by the way. Like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. Here's my plan. Oh, my plan just went to complete shit. That's fine. You know why? I have a backup plan. What's my backup plan, you ask? We're going to go to the PMC. By the way, there's the cooldown. This is going to be longer for you, by the way, because I built something in my hideout that makes this a little bit shorter for me. I think default is like 25 minutes. It's quite some time. You can't play it again. But once this cooldown's up, you get another scav. And I lost nothing. Everything's still here. I didn't lose anything. Completely risk-free. Okay, so you're going to go on your PMC and lose things then? No. You're going to pick factory again. This is daytime, by the way. That's nighttime. Factory is the only one where the clock stands still. That's probably why they put easy there. And the fact it's the smallest map. But every other map you're going to notice there's like times moving. That's because time is actually fluctuating in the game on the maps. And you can choose, you know, one end of the 12-hour mark or the other end of the 12-hour mark. That's essentially all they're letting you pick there. But again, we're going to pick factory. We're going to pick daytime. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to enable practice mode. And you're actually going to just go to this AI setting here and turn it to none. You're going to hit next, you're going to hit ready, and it's going to just go. Now you're going to go in with your PMC. It's going to load the map, it's going to load the loot. This is going to be much faster than online because it's just going to load right onto your computer. You don't have to worry about matchmaking or anything like that. You're going to get a timer. You don't get a timer with your scav. Okay, cool. I'm going to turn it off. We don't need that on. So I loaded into factory. I am literally by myself. I'm just by myself right now. There's no AI. There's no players. I am just on factory. Okay, cool. Well, let's go explore. You can run by hitting your shift key. Pretty common for most games like this. And you're just gonna just wander around for a little bit. If you're trying to follow me, get to where this kind of looks familiar. And we'll just go this way. We're gonna hit this door. We're gonna hit F to open. And we're gonna walk in here. Now you might be asking, why am I going here? Well, I know, you don't know this, but I know that this area over here is a spawn area, and this area over here is a spawn area. Now later on, BSG is going to incorporate more randomized spawns, but right now they are set, and it's just whether or not you spawn in a location, but everybody knows, or you could potentially know, where all spawns are if you study that. I don't know where all spawns are on all maps. I know where most spawns are on factory, though. So on factory, you can spawn here, you would run out, you would see all this, and someone could potentially spawn down that hallway. So just so you keep that in mind. So we're gonna go down here actually and show you what that looks like. If you spawn over here, you're gonna spawn right around this location. You would see those set of boxes, you would see that hallway, you would see those forklifts and stuff like that, you would see these windows, and you would see this door. I recommend going to this door, otherwise, if someone spawns down there, there's a good chance they'll kill you, because you're in a hallway, and strategically, just being down a hallway, when they have all that open space, they have the advantage. You could try to fight them, you might win, but they have the advantage. Alright, I'm going to kind of follow along the wall here. There's a bunch of pipes just sitting there, rusting over. I'm going to open this door. Alright, it's just another small room. I open this door. That's another small woman of raw. I'm gonna try. Oh, I can't open this, but hey, look, I'm extracting. This is until you get keys that open up more exits later. This is the one exit you can use as a PMC. Scavs have more exits they can use without needing a key. You, if you don't have a key because you're just starting out, this is your only exit. As you can see on the top right, it says Exfil 02, Gate 3. So, yep, I'm going to wait for that to go away. Now, if you hit O twice, it brings up your extractions. You can see there's multiple extractions, but Gate 3 is the only one you have access to. So the other ones you can ignore for now, because that's the only one that matters. Okay, cool. We found an exit. We still kind of want to look around the map, though, so let's just kind of keep hugging the wall. I could go up those stairs, but they kind of look like they lead to the same place. I'm just going to go up here. Okay, let's explore this. This is the building that's more known as office building, because there's an office upstairs. You can open this door. You can't open all doors, but these ones you can open. So we just went to the first floor. We're kind of just going through there right now. There is a staircase over here, by the way, that goes to like the little tunnel section. I'm not going to worry about that. And okay, cool. We're kind of just looking around. Oh, look, there's an open door over here. Now, I'm aware of this. You won't be, but if you do this map enough, you'll know pretty soon that this is actually another spawn point. You can spawn right around this area. You would see this door. You can open this. You can go over there, or you can go out here and, oh, that's where we just were. You can go over here, by the way, and there's that door. And there's that little path to the underground section. I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. You can explore that more later. I'm going to just stay on the first floor section. We're just going to kind of keep looking around here. This is another spawn area right inside that doorway. There's a bunch of rubble just sitting here. Nice little cover spot. Boxes kind of sitting here. And this is a med tent. A lot of times you'll see a bag here. You can open this up and loot it. There's a good time for me to tell you, anything you loot when you're in practice mode doesn't stay with you. Like, you can take that stuff, but it's not going to go with you, unfortunately. There's another door back here. That's one of those exits you need a key for, so you're not going to worry about it. There's the underground section again. I'll actually go down here just to show you, like, this side. So this is kind of like what I call the loot room, because there's like a couple boxes. There's a couple grenade boxes, usually. Nope, here's one. So you have one that can spawn there. I'll even show you, it does have grenades inside. Typically. That's a smoke grenade. This is it's a grenade, but it's a grenade launcher round. Alright, so no frag grenades, but whatever. That box is always there. I've never seen it not there. You can see ammo down there sometimes. I mentioned this, by the way, because BSG recently changed it to where boxes can either be there or not be there, but this one always seems to be there. So that must have 100% spawn rate still. But if you look around, like this one over here, I'm glad this one showed up, because this one's actually new. This was not here before. So look around, you might be surprised. Even if you're a veteran, there's new items you can find. I'm not going to pick up any of this stuff. I already have enough. I'm going to go back up here where I came from, though. I'm going to continue going around. The main point is you just kind of want some kind of frame of reference for factory when you go to play on it. Especially as your scav, because your scav, you're going to kind of use that to loot your items and escape and bring those home, sell them to traders and all that stuff. You should recognize this because we were here before. There's that hallway. So using this as a reference, I know if I go down here, go out the door, go straight, I'm going to exit. That's what I'm going to do. And you can explore this on your own with your scav or with your PMC in a practice raid, but if you keep going up the stairs inside office building, down the corridor there's a couple set of doors, and there's a safe in one of the rooms and a filing cabinet. That's a great place to lose a scav. A lot of times a safe is taken, but sometimes you get lucky. I'm gonna go ahead and exit though. And this also like runs the timer down on your scav. So as you're like looking around factory and all that stuff, your scav will pop up, you can run that again. And then next time we'll see if we can actually go loot things and bring it home. It's gonna have a bunch of stats on there, it doesn't matter, it's practice run. You're gonna see when I go back to my character screen, I don't have any of those items that I looted. Okay. And as you can see, oh look, nothing's there. It doesn't come back with you in practice mode. There's still 8 minutes, I'm gonna do factory again. Now this time, I'm actually gonna leave this on. I'm gonna set this to... Let's try high. And I'm also gonna set this to easy. You're gonna wanna try, if your computer can handle this, set it to high. If it can't, you know, quite do that, try medium. I'm pretty confident mine can handle this, so I'm gonna do high. Oh, excuse me. You're gonna keep this unchecked because you probably don't want the bosses killing you, because at first the bosses will just murder you because you don't know what you're doing, and they're very tough. You can enable this to where the AI will actually fight each other. This is nice so that you can kind of hear what gun sounds sound like and at kind of distances and stuff like that. Now the sound of this game's not the best, but you still can kind of learn like, okay, this is what it sounds like when people are fighting. So that's a nice option to turn on for that reason. We're gonna leave that off. You can turn this on if you want. All this means is the scavs are gonna aggro you like a ton. They're just gonna keep running at you until they run out. So we're gonna leave that off for now because you're just gonna kind of like walk around and just pop scavs in the head, because that's what we're trying to do here. You're gonna hit ready, and we're gonna load in again. And again, this won't take long because it's offline raid. Doesn't have to worry about matchmaking. You just load the map and go. Now you might die, I might die. I mean, sometimes a scav just pops you in the head. But this is really good practice because in Tarkov, headshots, there is a thing known as leg meta, but headshots are pretty much everything. You're kind of just going to walk around here. Oh, look, there's that one spawn I mentioned. Hey, look, there's that hallway. I'm going to turn that off because you're going to probably not have a laser. You can kind of look out. If you have a heal and you want to use it, you can use that heal if you get hit. You're going to want to try and pop them in the head. If you hear those voice lines, typically that means a scav spotted you. You don't want to re-peek a scav though. Once they shoot you, if you're not dead, you don't re-peek the same spot because their aimbot is very tough to beat if you re-peek the same area. You kind of want to flank them and come at a different angle. Oh, he popped at the wrong second. There you go, just keep popping them as they come. And there you go. Scavs, if you just kind of take your time and you kind of get those headshots, they're not that bad. It's when you don't see them and you don't know what you're doing and you get a little flustered, they can really mess you up. You can take their weapon, you can take their ammo, and you can even use their stuff. Oh, this one's already full. If you hit Alt and T as a default command for this, it'll tell you how much ammo's in the gun. We're gonna loot this person too. Oh, there's the Taz. AIs with this weapon for some reason are brutal. We're gonna keep this one though because, we already looted that one. I'm actually gonna bring this stuff down here. So buckshot actually can travel okay. Now, if they were wearing a helmet, I don't know if that would have killed them. But you do get some distance. You can hip fire too. Well, you can. Whether or not it works is a whole different thing. Oh, I ran out. Just gonna walk up these stairs casually. It's just a scav. They're not that threatening. I'm gonna see if I can get them on a right-hand peek here. Oh. Good thing that scav missed. I'm not gonna re-peek that, actually. We haven't been down here yet, but we'll walk down here. Want to check your corners, because you don't know where anybody could be. There's a couple corners to check here. Oh. Oh wow, that barely missed. I might die here. I'm surprised I'm not dead. Yeah, the spread on the express shot is actually not that large. Actually, this is a good time just to kind of just let the scav kill me, probably. Alright. But yeah, if they were on normal difficulty, that scav probably would have killed me by that point. You can hear the scav kind of breathing because I did hit them. Alright, come on, just shoot me. There we go. We're gonna reset there. Maybe the scav's back up. But you're gonna kind of, that's kind of your rotation. Go through practice mode, go shoot AI, go learn the map, maybe pick up some different weapons off the scavs. Thorax, headshot. Try to get as many headshots as you can. Get used to hip firing, get used to aiming down sights, and try different weapons. This is kind of the cycle you're gonna go through. And once you get to the point where you can start killing scavs regularly on, even if you put it on hard difficulty. I don't know if the difficulty settings are vague. They have as in online and they have hard difficulty. I don't know which one is more difficult. You can experiment with that if you want to. There's still a couple minutes there. So I'm gonna go over the options real quick. If I wasn't gonna mention this because if you're just starting out, I don't know how much of this you really want to mess with. If you do want to do anything, I would recommend automatic RAM cleaner is on. You can have preload hideout. You can, let's see, what would I consider like essential? A lot of this comes down to what your personal rig is. I mean, I have a, like I said, a pretty decent one. You know, if let's say you're, where's that setting I was looking for? Like post FX is how the game looks in game. You can change that to how you want. My settings I'm looking at probably changing actually because I don't think these are the best settings. It's just what I've been playing with for a while, kind of getting used to it. But I might change those pretty quick here. There's a which setting am I looking for? By the way, I recommend this is always off. And oh, they added a Streets of Tarkov lower texture res. Oh, that's nice actually. If you're having trouble running Streets of Tarkov, that's just one of the maps. I'm gonna show you. That's just this map. Some people have trouble with this map because it's very intense on your computer trying to run it. So that option's nice for people. You can. Oh, I think it's just texture quality. So if you only have like 8 to 16 gigs of RAM or something, you can turn down texture quality, and that'll help with that. It kind of, again, it's all very much based on what your system is, and it's also good for practice mode. Is good for this because you can go inside practice mode, and you can try the different settings and see how it runs, especially after the scavs load in, which takes a few minutes, and you can see how your system handles it. So play with those. I might make a video kind of like going over these more specifically, more detail, but for now, you know, there's a couple simple things. Just change it to the resolution on your monitor, stuff like that. Keep it simple, don't go too crazy with that stuff right now. That was perfect timing. Alright, we're gonna try this again, and this time, even if I run into a PMC, I'm gonna follow my own rule, not fire my weapon. Because again, when you're first starting out, you're not going to know probably who's a scav, who's a PMC. Just, if you get shot, you get shot. Again, you're risking nothing. This is not any of the items in your loadout, in your character stash. This is all the scav stuff, right? So you're not risking anything. Now that you've run factory a few times and you know where the exit is, at least for the one exit. There's other exits, by the way. I'll even show you that because the scav has access to more exits that your PMC would not. again, this does take a little bit longer since we're actually doing matchmaking. But again, should only take a few minutes. And sometimes this does fail because because when you play as a scav, you're actually entering a map that was already in progress. The way scavs work is a PMC if you let me start that sentence over. If you select a PMC, you are grouping up in matchmaking against other PMCs, and that starts a new map. If you pick a scav, you are loading into an existing map. And there's like a certain time frame that the map allows scavs to be loaded in. And it's finding a map with those parameters, and you're going to load into that map. There could be PMCs on there, as we saw last time. All the PMCs might be dead and gone. Who knows? You have no idea when you load into a map what the status is for everybody else on that map. You're just going to go around, and you're going to try to loot. Here's the med tent. We're going to loot this bag. Now there's some gunfire. There's probably PMC somewhere. We're going to try to loot and get underground here, because that's usually the safest. Because a lot of the fighting takes place in that office building I mentioned. Because there's some loot in there and people fight over that. By the way, left control and left click will automatically loot things. That was a death sound. We're going to go down here. We're trying to avoid things while also trying to explore and loot things. Because anything you loot on your scav, if you live with your scav, you actually bring that back home. This is actually a sawed-off shotgun. It's relatively new. This actually goes in your pistol slot. See how that highlights? If you hold left alt and left click, automatically equips. These little shortcuts are nice. You can unload that, so if you find more, they'll stack on each other. This is a new grenades box spawn. We're gonna loot this one. We're gonna put that here because if you put grenades in your vest area or in your pockets, that gives you access to hit the shortcut G, and it'll automatically pull out the grenade. I'm gonna hit the number 2 key to bring back out my weapon, and I'm gonna show you if it's in my bag and I hit G, nothing happens. It has to be either here or here for that G shortcut to work, because that's like your ready status for your grenades. Oops, I hit escape. I'm just going to keep looting. Oh, look at that. The same type of ammo is going to stack. And I have another slot available. Left alt, left click, equip that. That way I'm not using precious bag space. That I wouldn't have bag space for that weapon anyway. We're going to keep walking around. We're going to keep looting the best we can. A couple more things and we're going to try to get out of here. Sometimes there's ammo pouches in these crates here. Not this time. You might even get lucky and find dead bodies around with really good loot on them. We're not going to focus too much on that because you're literally just trying to learn the map, so we're just going to just literally loot as much as we can and make off like a bandit. Okay. Loot room has pretty much been sufficiently looted, so I'm going to go down this tunnel. I recommend this route for you. If you can get to this area, loot some stuff, and then go this way. You can still use gate 3 as an exit, but that's usually contested because PMCs use that exit. Just go this way, follow this path, go straight, take a slight left, go down this tunnel, take a left, and this door right here is another exit. This is camera bunker door. You're going to stand here, and you're going to extract. And everything I just looted comes back home with me. Relatively safe. Didn't die that time. By the way, in Tarkov, you're going to die a lot. It's fine. And look, you get to the Scav loot transfer screen. All this stuff you can just put in your stash. You might not have these junk boxes. I do. You can get these pretty early, but it might take you a little bit. A lot of this stuff can fit in here. We're going to put as much as we can in here. A lot of these like barter type items, these like matches, stuff that you would use for building, crafting, stuff like that, gunpowder, all that stuff can go in the junk box. This is ammo. It can't go in there. You can try. I do have ammo boxes, but you're probably not going to have ammo boxes for a while. I'm just going to control left click, and it's going to go right into my stash. Yep, there it is right there. I'm gonna control left click again. Oh, it transfers right to my stash. So if you want to do that quickly, you can do that. I'm actually gonna pick this up, put it in here because that's a splint. That's a bandage. They go in my medicine boxes. They're good to go. Now, this is a headset. You can keep that. Again, I'm going to show you. Control left click. It goes right into my stash. These are grenades and flashbangs. This is a flashbang. This is a flashbang. Oh, that's a stun grenade. And this is actually a smoke grenade. So you can just, again, control left click. They're going to transfer to your stash to an empty slot. You can keep anything else you find. Me personally, I'm just going to look at the rest of the stuff and go, okay, I'm good. And the nice thing is they added a new feature recently. You can hit the sell all button. Everything that you haven't transferred, hit sell all. It's going to sell it to the character named Fence. It's one of the traders in the game. They give you the least amount of money, but it's not that big a difference. Like if I was to trade this to the correct trader, I would probably get like maybe 62,000, 65,000 rubles. Fence is going to give me 57. Good enough. I don't care. Yes, take all my stuff. Give me money. And you're going to get some kind of congratulatory message that I don't understand because it's in a different language. Because the developers for this game are from Russia, so a lot of the stuff is, well, Russian. So they do have American voice lines in the game for American characters, but a lot of the stuff, scavs and stuff like that, they speak Russian. That's pretty much a crash course on how to play the game and how I would start off. Just, I would bounce between your scav and your PMC, and every time you're playing your PMC, you can go back to your character screen. You can try one of the other weapons that you might have access to. You know, play around with that stuff. Go back to the main menu, pick your PMC, pick factory, enable practice, and change this to whatever you're on. If you feel like you've done easy enough and you want to move up, go up to medium. Go up to hard. Oh, they added impossible? I don't think this one was here before. You can do impossible now, apparently. Or you can do random. Or you can do as in online. Whatever fits your fancy. Wherever your progression is, that's what you want to do. And I would very much focus on, no matter what weapon you're using, but it's better off if you're using something that doesn't have automatic fire. This one has full auto. But if you have a weapon like this that says single fire, you probably want to use that. And then go with your PMC and just try to click as many heads as possible and get used to that. Because headshots in Tarkov are really where your bread and butter is going to be. If you have really high tier ammo, you can get through the chest area, the thorax, even if the enemy's wearing high tier armor. But as a new player, your best bet is going to be shooting them in the head. You are going to learn if you continue playing the game. There are bullets that are good for doing high amounts of damage, and they're good for like shooting the legs. That's called leg meta. That is a viable strategy. For yourself though, just focus on getting those headshots. And, you know, alternate between your scav and your PMC. As your scav, again, don't fire. Just go loot, go home. On your PMC, practice mode, click heads on scavs. And stay on factory. And then, once you feel confident that you're able to click heads with scavs, then take your PMC and go to factory and take this off. Make sure that's unchecked. Go to next. You're going to have this insurance screen. You can insure your stuff by just clicking that and hitting insure. My stuff's already insured. Hit next and then hit that ready button and just go at it. Everybody will be your enemy, so you can shoot everybody. If you have a teammate, great, don't shoot them. Easier said than done, but don't shoot them. Have good comms. There you go. Crash course into like getting started with Tarkov. That's where I would start. Once you get used to PvP on factory, then branch out to other maps. Go on the Scav with other map, learn them. Go online and look up maps on the wikis or anything like that. There's a lot of good resources for that. I might do a video on that later, highlighting that more, but this is just literally, hey, you just got the game or you're interested in the game, you heard about Arena maybe or something along those lines, somebody told you about it. This is everything I would tell myself if I was in that situation. That's what I would do. There you go. Hope that helps you. Good luck. Now get out of here. Bye.